Hi, folks. Welcome to Crisco's Corner. Well, folks, you're going to love this one. From PJ Media. Here's the real reason the Soros-backed New York City prosecutor put Trump on trial. Try not to laugh. Remember, he said, the Bragg, the prosecutor, that he's right. The falsification of business records is just a misdemeanor. But if you use that misdemeanor to cover up another crime, it's a felony. It's kind of duct taped. It's kind of a legal mumbo-jumbo juggling laws around where the DOJ, the Election Commission, and the previous district attorney in New York wouldn't touch it. But what do you say is the crime that he's covering up? Well, let's look and see. There's nothing funny at all about putting a former president of the United States on trial for a misdemeanor record-keeping offenses and turning those into felonies through a badly done magic trick. That's a good line. The underlying reason why the George Soros elected prosecutor put Donald Trump on trial starting Monday, however, is yet another reason why this case should be laughed out of court. Remember now, it's just a misdemeanor if it's true, but use it to cover up another crime is a felony. But what other crime is he covering up? Let's read on. The avowed Trump-hating prosecutor, Alan Bragg, is part of an effort by the left to top the former president in court so he can't campaign for president. Additionally, they hope that by bringing up all manner of charges against Trump, they'll smear his reputation. Indeed, Media Matters and all of David Brock's smear machines, with the consent of the Biden Justice Department, have been put into service to get Trump. There are many problems with Bragg's case, among them the statute of limitations issue. The unethical way he stacked the indictments, duct taping a federal statute onto those New York State misdemeanors to create a criminal case, the fact that non-disclosure agreements are legal instruments unless they attempt to cover up a crime. But what horrendous crime is he covering up? Reporting that work done by Trump security Mike Cohen was laid out as work done by attorney. Quick, get the cops. But wait, Bragg doesn't want the cops involved in any misdemeanors or felonies for that matter. Because as a Soros DA, there's almost no crime he's willing to prosecute. Note the illegal alien thugs who recently beat up New York cops who walked out free men within hours. This kind of prosecutor we're dealing with here. Where aren't the cases of black men punching white women in the face on New York streets prosecutes hate crimes? Bragg's office actually freed one of the suspects who then committed more assaults. Bragg didn't even consider ringing Stormy Daniels up for threatening to tell all about Trump unless he paid her money while breaking her non-disclosure agreement contract. That's called extortion. But wait, what is this misdemeanor that he supposedly did to cover up another crime, to make it a felony? What could it possibly be? Let's read on. So Trump is in court for making false entry in the business records of an enterprise 34 times. Ordinarily, these are misdemeanors, but the crime Bragg is asking a jury to get Trump on is on elections crime of stealing the 2016 election from Hillary Clinton. Yep, you read that right. That's the crime that he's not telling about so far that he'll have to bring out in court. Eventually, he's going to have to tell Trump's attorneys that the second mysterious crime is, wait for it, election fraud. Dun, dun, dun. In his statement of facts undergirding the case, Bragg relies on a jury believing that Donald Trump stole the 2016 election from Hillary Clinton by lying about his alleged affairs. See, if he hadn't lied and it came out, it would have hurt his campaign. So that's the crime he's covering up. So the misdemeanor to cover up another crime makes it a felony. And that crime is lying is about alleged affairs. So it would not hurt him in 2016 election. I guess the tape that came out towards the end of the campaign in 2016 that Trump grabs women, we'll say, by the crotch, didn't cause him to lose. So this might have. And Trump knew that. He was with a porn star. Donald Trump did make a big stand in New York. Most of the state was awash in red, so as often happens, but the population centers like the ones where Trump is being tried went blue. Hillary Clinton won New York State by a nearly 2-1 margin. Where's the stolen election in the mind of the Manhattan DA? Not in New York. Bragg soldiered on the statement. Trump's 76 for falsifying business records in order to conceal damaging information and unlawful activity for American voters before and after the 2016 election. Dun, dun, dun. During the election, Trump and others employed a catch-and-kill scheme to identify, purchase, and bury negative information about him and boost his electoral process. Of course. Everybody does it that has money. Then what else did he do? Trump then went to great lengths to hide his conduct, causing dozens of false entries in business records that conceal criminal activity, including attempts to violate state and federal election laws. The Federal Election Commission basically take orders from President Biden, said there's nothing here. The Justice Department, the DOJ, who was run directly by the White House, said there's nothing here. Trump is charged in the New York State Supreme Court indictment with 34 counts of falsifying business records in the first degree. Donald Trump has repeatedly and fraudulently falsified New York business records to conceal crimes that hid damaging information from the voting public during the 2016 presidential election, said District Attorney Bragg. Dun, dun, dun. We cannot allow New York businesses to manipulate their records to cover up criminal conduct. What criminal conduct? The so-called catch and kill schemes, which the likes of the National Enquirer and other publications are approached by, in this case, Stormy Daniels, to buy a reclusive story, pay her $150,000 for the rights, and then sit on the story. It's not illegal per se. It isn't ethical the same way NPR, the mainstream media, are allowed for Hillary Clinton to see the exclusion of running stories favorable to Trump. The Enquirer is doing this for Donald Trump and other stars for years. The Enquirer had an entire full safe of these deals with Hollywood stars. It's unseemly, to be sure, but not illegal. The feds lean on the Enquirer publisher. They get information about the deals and no charges were filed. Bragg's election claim is the same one that the Federal Elections Commission looked into and dismissed. And also the same one that was laughed out of court of the Federal Justice Department's office in the Southern District of New York, maybe even more left-leaning than even a California district. The jury members in this non-televised trial are being selected starting Monday, and this being New York City. Trump will be found guilty on one of the counts, which is true. We can't get a fair trial. There's no way. Even say you're one of the jurors or two of the jurors out of the 12, and I think there's like 6 alternates. And you go through the entire trial and go, this is bullshit. There's nothing here. He's innocent. Then you vote not guilty. The other 10 vote guilty. The jury is hung. But what happens is the 2 that voted not guilty, their names get leaked out and their lives are destroyed. Maybe even permanent injury or not alive anymore. You're destroyed, your family, your wife, if you have any kids, your job. You'll be chased out of New York. Your life will be thrown in the garbage. So even if you think that Trump is innocent, you can't say so because of the fact it will destroy your life. That is old Soviet Union trial that they had for years. Fake show trials. If he wants to get under Bragg's skin, they should ask him when was the last time he prosecuted this record-keeping misdemeanor. That answer would be, wait for it, Zero. Then they should ask how it was exactly that Trump stole the 2016 election from Hillary Clinton when she won New York, and try not to laugh at this answer. The media has called this case a hush money case, but seldom do we have the case robustly explained the way we do here at PJ Media. So, there you go. Trump went to great lengths to hide his conduct, causing dozens of false entries in business records to conceal criminal activity. And that criminal activity is lying to the American public so he can win an election. That's his crime, including attempts to violate state and federal election laws, including attempts. What attempts? The Federal Election Commission in Washington said there's no case. The DOJ said there's no case. So that's his hiding of another crime. And that crime, wait for it, is stealing the 2016 election from Hillary Clinton. It wasn't Russian propaganda after all. It was Trump lying about if he had sex with a porn star and then paying his lawyer back and calling it legal fees. The crime is not the misrepresentation of business records. That was only the cover-up. The real horrendous crime of, I don't want people to know that I screwed around with a porn star. That's it. Remember, said from the beginning, Bragg said the business record fiasco was to cover up another crime, which made it a felony. But when asked repeatedly what the other crime was, he got crickets. Now we know. The other crime was election fraud. Dun, dun, dun. It's so ridiculous that it's incredible to me. Ordinarily, these are misdemeanors, but the crime Bragg is asking the jury to get Trump on is on elections crime of stealing the election. Bragg relies on the jury believing that Donald Trump stole the 2016 election from Hillary Clinton by lying about his alleged affairs. And there you have it. Lying about alleged affairs. That's the crime that he covered up. And now it's a felony. Are you freaking kidding me? You know what? Even Democrats should be thankful to Donald Trump. There's a lot of things that came out, Supreme Court seats, a whole bunch of stuff. But the one thing that the country owes Donald Trump is the fact that Hillary Clinton is not president of the United States, nor will she ever be president of the United States. It's amazing to me. They should be kissing his behind. Thank you, President Trump, for keeping Hillary Clinton out of the White House. We owe you. And until next time, God bless, goodbye, and good luck.